Stop creating only knowledge tip-based content. Instead, I want you to start focusing on you're using and start and incorporating your personal story into your content marketing strategy. Because when you think about it, people don't buy services, they don't buy products, they buy people. People want to buy you, because I'm sure you are not the only person that is offering your services. You are not the only expert that specializes in solving a unique pain point that your current ideal client is experiencing. And so what's going to set you apart from your competition ultimately is you. You make your offer, your service, your product unique. Why did you start your business? Why did you create this product? Why are you passionate about it? And what's your story of how you came up with the idea, your journey, the lessons, and so forth? Because when you start sharing your story, that's going to build connection with your audience. It's going to make you relatable. It's going to build trust and empathy. And when you do that, and when you're sharing your perspectives and your insights, that is what's going to help, again, your audience relate to you on a deeper level. And when you do that, you're going to be able to captivate your audience's attention, and that leads to increased engagement, and that ultimately allows them to be able to feel something, because you want your content, when someone comes to a post, to be able to elicit an emotion. Have you ever read a quote and you laughed, or you felt sad, or you felt happy and excited? And because you felt those emotions, you had to share it with a friend or a family member or a colleague. And that's what you want to think about it when it comes to your content marketing strategy, to build community. Because at the end of the day, when your audience comes to your page, you want them to be able to see the words, hear the words, taste the words, feel the words, to captivate their attention, and then possibly join your world. So they now choose to follow. They now choose to binge all of your content, subscribe to your page, subscribe to your email list, and now they're in your world. And you're continuing to build that connection through giving them consistent value, sharing, again, your story. And now, because they feel that connection, you now have a loyal member. And that's why it's so essential to, as you're using your story, to work to build your list. Because a lot of people still today, they sleep on email marketing. And we'll save that whole topic for another live. But when someone chooses to go off of this social platform, wherever they are, and enter your world, that is a conscious choice, because they felt, again, a connection. You're going to hear me say this word a lot, and they're going to want to learn more. It's almost an invitation. No, it is an invitation for you then to reach out to them and to continue to serve them. And that's exactly how I was able to build my first six-figure business, Be Fit with Elle, through using the power of storytelling. And in the beginning, back when I really got on social media in 2015, 2016, I didn't know anything about niche or ideal client or content marketing or anything like that. My page was just a personal page. It was once Love Live Life 714, and then I changed it to The Elle Ross. And it became a place where I just shared pictures and highlights and me enjoying life. I traveled from Tacoma, Washington to Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't share that part of my story, but I was sharing how I was just like going out. But people saw me happy, people saw me traveling, people saw me living it up, but they didn't see what was going on inside. I was emotionally broken, depressed. I was emotionally eating, and I was embarrassed to share that part with my audience. And my health started to decline. I was drinking a lot. I was doing cocaine, and my husband hates when I say that, but it was my past life. I was not making smart decisions. I was hanging around the wrong people, toxic relationships, poor choices. And I remember I would wake up, thankfully I would always make it home, but I would wake up headache, feeling sick. How did I get here? Like, just all bad. And I went to the doctor, and she was like, you really need to make some life pivots, some life changes, because if you don't stop these habits that you have, we don't know where you can end up. And I was pre-diabetic. I was like 1 point away from diabetes. And I was like, how did I get here? How did I let myself get so lost in the world of social media and highlights, and feeling like I needed to keep up with who? When you think about it, you might even right now feel like you need to keep up, and you're not being present, and you're not really aware of these choices that you're making. I'm sharing that with you because in that moment, I made a choice to stop. Okay, I'm sober. I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to start eating better. I'm removing all of these toxic relationships out of my life, and I'm going to share that. I didn't share it then. I chose to deactivate my social media for 12 weeks. I got a personal trainer. Over those 12 weeks, my whole life drastically transformed. My mindset, my perspective, my habits, my way of just living life. And when I came back, I eventually chose to, you know what, I'm going to share this with the world. Because everyone was like, okay, you were ghost, what have you been doing? I started in my stories talking about what I'm eating, my meal prep, my workouts, the books I'm reading, sharing my new opinions and beliefs. I gave my life back to God, and so I would share that. And through that, I wrote my book, The Blueprint, the 90-Day Breakthrough to Shift Your Mindset and Transform Your Life. And that book became my testimony. I turned my pain into my passion. And through me sharing my story, people started resonating with that. People started connecting with that. And I started to build a loyal tribe and community that wasn't even really aware of what that was or how I was doing it, but it's because I chose to be a little bit more vulnerable. And when I say vulnerable, you don't have to share everything, but you want to share enough because at the end of the day, you want your audience to know you. Because when they know you, they're going to like you, they're going to trust you, they're going to want to work with you. Because at the end of the day, there's something within you that they see themselves and they want to be a part of that world. And so I'm also sharing this with you because no matter where you are at right now, despite your current circumstances, you have the power to change your current circumstances and your outcome so you choose so with the habits that you choose to implement into your life every single day. When it came down to it, people started reaching out to me. How can I work with you? There was a girl in the gym and she saw my transformation. She saw me there being consistently and she's like, can you train me? And I wasn't a trainer. So I was like, I don't even know what to do. So I asked my trainer to help me. He said, okay, this is what you want to do, which I became very passionate about fitness. I got my certification, nutritionist, fitness coach, strength coach. I got all the things that I needed and I took my first client. And it was really scary at first, but she saw a transformation. He helped me, planted the seed to start my business. He helped me with the business. And that is how Be Fit with Elle was born. That was how it was evolved. And again, I turned that pain into my passion, which led to my business. And when I got laid off from my corporate job, I was already kind of doing it on the side and it just grew and flourished from there. But how did I grow this brand? How did I build this business from scratch? It literally took off faster than what I expected, all using the power of social media, organic marketing, specifically on Instagram. And it was all from me literally just sharing and telling my story and showing up consistently as my authentic self. It took time, but I was consistently building that foundation for my community. And that is what I'm telling you. You want to use your story. You want to go live. You want to share your transformation. You want to talk about your day-to-day, a day in the life. It's almost like a reality TV show of your life, giving them inspiration, giving your audience empowerment. And I would share my high moments, my low moments, my most vulnerable moments to my audience. Again, that built connection to the point where people saw me in public. They were like, oh my gosh, Elle, it's Elle Ross. Oh my gosh, can I take a picture? And I'm not saying that to like boast or anything. I'm just saying when it would happen, I was like, whoa, this is weird. People really are inspired. I was just sharing my story, but they felt inspired. They started making changes in their life and it really made me feel like, okay, what I'm doing, this is a bigger purpose. And you want to think about it. Your business, your offer, your services, your product, you made it for a reason. You started it for a reason. And it's not just for the money. Yeah, money is great, but it's bigger than that. It's the impact, it's the service, it's the giving, it's the changes that you're going to help. If you have a hair product, I have curly hair. Sometimes I struggle with the right product, but getting the right product and my curls are just like, oh my goodness, this product here. Or, a skincare line. Or when you're in the service-based industry like I am, investing in a coach that really believes in you and pours in you and wants to see you win and does whatever it takes. When I win, they win. When my clients win, I win. When I was in fitness and I would see them eating better, they're sleeping better, they have more energy and they're winning. I am now not only impacting their life, but their family's life because their quality of showing up for their husband and their children and in the workspace, it all is a rippling effect through change and empowerment that you have the power to create through your services. And so you're like, okay, Elle, that's great. This is, you shared your story, but how am I going to be able to use my story, not just build a strong community, but how can I turn that into sales? And so the first step is identifying your target audience. When I first started, I didn't know what that was, but what you'll find is oftentimes your ideal client and target audience is you. They have some of your similar traits, experiences, past habits, struggles. They were you. My client struggled with her weight when I was doing fitness full time. She yo-yo dieted. She had a poor relationship with food. She lacked confidence, self-sabotage. She had no idea what to do in the gym. She was doing all the wrong things like cardio for 2 hours and eating less than 1,000 calories a day. That was all me at one time. When it comes to storytelling and content marketing, I wasn't always telling my story in the beginning. I didn't know how to show up in my stories at one time, especially when I pivoted from fitness to this space. I felt confused. Like, okay, it was really easy for me to talk about fitness because it was my life. And then when I switched over here, I was like, how do I talk about this every day? And then I had a coach and she's like, the same way you talked about how you worked out or you were eating healthy, you can still share that stuff, but then also just share what are you doing? My content planning, my content creation, me struggling with XYZ and sharing it because my audience was and is also struggling with very similar things and really understand what keeps them up at night as well. And then share client testimonials. And if you don't have client testimonials just yet, you share your own. I would talk about my own personal wins and success when it came to fitness. I still talk about personal wins when it comes to fitness because those are part of my habits still. I also talk about wins as it pertains to content strategy and marketing, building my account from scratch and still being able to have, multiple 5-figure months through the power of content marketing without having a huge audience. On my new Instagram, I don't even have 2,000 followers. My old Instagram, I have almost 50,000. But on my new Instagram account, I have only less than 2,000 followers, but I'm still able to organically attract quality, ideal clients ready to work with me because of how I show up with my messaging. And these are things that you will learn working with me within Convert to Scale as your coach. So you know yourself, okay, my content hasn't been hitting. I don't know how to use the power of storytelling. I'm offering you my ebook, Secrets to Storytelling, to sell within your social media and attract more of your ideal clients. If you would love that ebook, just go ahead and comment access below and I'll make sure to get that to you. So again, share your testimonials, share your transformation. What did you go through? What were your breakthrough moments? And then ask your audience questions like, have you experienced this? Does this sound like you? Do a poll in your stories, have them respond, then reach out to them in the DM because that's their invitation to let you into the world and start the conversation, to learn about their goals, learn about their struggle points, and then invite them to be in your program, be in your world, come to your freebie, get to your newsletter, or have a specific call to action like I just used. Comment access for my free ebook, Secrets to Selling Through Storytelling, if that's something that you would need. If again, you've been struggling to connect with your audience and sell your offers through storytelling organically. So it's not like you're selling directly, but you're selling through your story and creating that connection. And you want to make sure when you're showing up online that your visuals are appealing. You want to make sure you have good lighting. So invest in a social light. I actually have, which I highly recommend, that is a game changer for my phone, is this little light right here. What I love about this is I can literally attach it to my phone. And this is a game changer when it comes to just content randomly as I'm walking around. I highly recommend. I got it on Amazon. I'll attach the link below. Highly recommend that. Getting a mic, but you want to make sure you have the right lighting. And if you don't have all this stuff, you don't need all this stuff in the beginning. Make sure that you're faced in front of a window with natural lighting. Make sure you have good sound. You don't have all this background noise. Make sure that you're sticking to the dimensions and the rules of the platform that you're using, native to the platform. So if you're on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you are, you want to make sure that you're following the guidelines there and use all the features. Why I love Instagram: stories, highlights, DMs, reels or short video, carousels, graphics. There's so much that you can do, and Instagram is coming up with more stuff too. They're just trying to be a monopoly. Listen, Instagram, just slow down. You can just be focused on one thing. That's my 2 cents. Okay. Also, think about how your story differs from someone else's story. And that is why you would want to talk about, okay, what makes your offer and your product different from Susan down the street? Maybe Susan doesn't have more of a one-on-one accountability or a hybrid done for you, but yours does. So you want to make sure to share those things in ways, but ultimately by you sharing your story and consistently showing up using storytelling within your content marketing strategy, you're going to be able to create more powerful, emotional, engaging connections with your audience, build that trust, build that credibility, and ultimately be able to sell more of your offers with ease on social media. Because at the end of the day, all you have to do is show up, create the connection, create the conversations, invite your audience to now then partner with you to allow you to help fill in the gaps so they can get to their desired outcome faster. And in return, when they achieve their desired outcome, you ultimately achieve your desired outcome because now you're creating more impact, you're servicing more people, and ultimately you're building a stronger community. So I hope you found this valuable. Again, comment access below if you would love to get access to Secrets to Storytelling so that way you can sell more on social media organically through the power of magnetizing your message all online. I'll see you guys in the next live, and make sure, again, if you have any questions, drop them below. But I hope you found this valuable, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.